BoJack Horseman. I'm putting that out there right there. This is nothing like my normal content. It's not political. It's not metaphysical. It's just, I love BoJack Horseman. And I want to talk about something. Because I have not seen anyone say this. Now, I don't watch everyone's channels, but this is about his mother, Beatrice Horseman. Beatrice Horseman does not get enough hate. And I know she gets plenty of hate, but I also know she doesn't get as nearly as much as she deserves. Because the thing about Beatrice Horseman is she chose her life. Full stop. She chose everything in her life. And she had so many options. She chose to have BoJack. She chose to marry Butterscotch. She chose to become a housewife. None of those things had to happen, especially the part about the housewife. The funny thing is, the Ibsen play that she likes to beat her son over the head with, A Doll's House, and the fact that she had the whole little nervous breakdown after watching A Doll's House, I don't think it was because she resonated with A Doll's House. I think it was because A Doll's House called her out. That character in A Doll's House lost everything because of her choices. She lost her father and his money and his support. She ended up with a man who didn't support her, and then didn't get any options until well into their marriage. And none of that happened to Beatrice. Her father didn't want to let Butterscotch Stanley Kowalski her. He offered him a job, and they didn't take it for several years. But here's the thing. Beatrice was in San Francisco in the late 60s and early 70s, where the Beat Poets were, where the Black Panthers were, where the consciousness was, where Timothy Leary was. All of those things she had access to. She was educated. She was, as soon as her husband started working for her father, they had help even. But she continued to blame BoJack because, like I said, I think the Ibsen play, A Doll's House, called her out. And she could never deal with that. Because the fact is, she could have gotten to San Francisco, worked. She could have worked, I don't know what her bachelor's degree is in, but she could have worked in community service. She could have worked with street people. She could have worked with the Black Panthers. She could have worked with, there was so many things that she could have done. She could have done her own thing and become a writer. She didn't lose a single bit of her choice. And so far as Butterscotch goes, I can dip into him as well, because he tried to act like he lost something his whole life, but he didn't even lose the ability to fuck other women. But anyway, like I said, I think it's interesting because Beatrice acted like BoJack's birth changed the trajectory of her life, and it literally did not. I think she hated it because she reverted to type. She thought she was going to be something different. And then when she had just the barest amount of tribulation for the 4 years before Butterscotch decided he would go ahead and work for Sugarman West, she was like, nope. Yep, turns out I'm an heiress. Turns out I'm at home living off daddy's money and not ever trying to do anything more. And she hated herself for it.